So Dina is going to be playing a huge role in The Last of Us Part 2, and even though most people already know what's going to be happening to her, I don't think people actually know exactly how it's going to be happening. So I'm here today to try to explain exactly what's going to be happening to Dina and give my opinion about what's going to be happening and how that drives Ellie on her mission in this game. So potential spoilers, if I do get this right, you never really know. There's always a potential that these theories are correct, so just potential spoiler there. So let's start off with the basics of what we know already. After Joel and Ellie arrived at Tommy's town, nobody really knew who they were, and I don't think they were really social because, well, it's them, it's Joel and Ellie. After a while, probably start making friends, but they don't really explain their relationship with each other, which would fit the characters of Joel and Ellie very well. So that would explain why, Jesse thinks Joel is Ellie's old man or dad, in other words. I mean, old man is always referred to as a dad of some sort, or grandfather of some sort, but it's always associated with blood family. And of course, Joel is all business while Ellie is somewhat allowed to have a good time with her friends. And of course, she meets Dina and they hit it off and all that stuff. We saw all of that at, of course, the E3 conference. Now, the key thing Jesse tells Dina is,
"We leave at first light, so get some rest."
Yes, sir.
This is clearly hinting at a huge moment that will be happening in this part of the story, of course, during this time period, which is a year before the present time of the game's present timeline. So the next morning after the party, Ellie, Jesse, and Dina, and probably more people from the town go out to look for supplies and other stuff. And this would also explain the horse picture we got from Neil on Twitter, where he shared a picture of his co-writer riding a horse and holding a shotgun. Now this could also mean that they're doing horse combat, and who also has horses? Tommy. So it would make sense for these three to be riding horses out of the town, and then, based on the person you ask, of course, they get attacked by either the Fireflies or the Seraphites. Dina dies during the attack, and that causes Ellie to go mental and call for revenge on one of these asshole groups. And let's be honest, we would probably be doing the same thing as well, and I think we are finally going to see how Ellie reacts when someone dies at the hands of another human and not just an infected. Ellie has never dealt with the situation before since Riley died from infected, and she doesn't really know what happened to her mom. So her reaction to Dina's death being anger and revenge makes sense for her character, since she hasn't been through something this tragic before. Except with, of course, Riley. But she was, of course, killed by the infected and not human beings. And it made more sense for, of course, Ellie to have revenge for humans rather than just infected. Of course, everybody hates infected, but of course, they just don't go out and try to kill all of them. Humans are much more easier to kill. That sounds really bad now that I talk about it. This helps Ellie develop throughout the game, and it gives us a motivation and a reason to root for Ellie, of course. And we probably would have no matter what, but this allows the player to become much more emotionally invested in Ellie. Fans think that this isn't a good idea, and to some extent I do agree, since the first Last of Us started with a tragic death that shapes the character. And now this might be too, and it seems like they're borrowing from that format. But a good counter to that will be Joel didn't hate the military after that. He simply kept living, which is probably why he is so conflicted about Ellie going down this path of vengeance that he never did in the previous game. This story is going to be especially sad and quite intense, and perhaps the most brutal game of 2019, and that seems to be Naughty Dog's intention, so having these characters be killed by these groups, rather the Fireflies or Seraphites. Of course, it seems like one of those two are going to be involved in this massacre of Dina, and of course the reason why Ellie goes after revenge. And it makes sense because, of course, on Ellie, she has the bracelet, which symbolizes, of course, their relationship and rather love and stuff like that. And when it's not on Dina and it's on Ellie, it represents more of hate and revenge. And it's really, really cool that they had that in the trailer. It was a really cool Easter egg that not a lot of people picked up on until it got really popular on Twitter. And I think that Naughty Dog is going to really make something special here. I think that these tragic deaths are going to be something that a lot of people don't really look look at in a way and take from it in a good way. But you know, in many ways, it's so good to see this type of storytelling that's really emotional and it grabs our attention. I mean, we've already fallen in love with these characters from the first trailer, from the first gameplay trailer, and it's pretty incredible what they've done so far. And I have no doubts that this game is going to tear people apart emotionally and make its mark on the gaming industry itself. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Let's try to reach 100 likes. You guys are awesome with these videos and stuff like that. I'm trying to make more Last of Us videos like this, and I hope that you guys do enjoy it. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.